Macca's Reviews.
You're watching Macca91 Productions, and this is my review of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is a new game released on May 1st, 2013 for $15 via the Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation Network, and PC. It is a standalone title, meaning that having a copy of Far Cry 3 is not necessary, and it has a completely new and unique story, so those unfamiliar with the Far Cry series shouldn't worry. Players will take control of the main character named Sergeant Rex Power Colt after 2007 apocalypse as would be envisioned in the 80s. To be completely honest, the story doesn't make much sense at all, but that's not what this game is about. There is a plot there to give you reasons behind your actions, but it's more about just taking a gun and going crazy on some bad guys. Similar to the Far Cry series, this add-on, spin-off, or whatever you want to call it, is an open-world, first-person shooter with basically the same controls and feeling. Imagine it almost like a graphical skin with some new story elements. Animals also make a return to the series, although some slight tweaks have been made to fit the new world. You'll see cyber sharks, devil goats, and mutant buffalo roaming free, just to name a few. Also, dragons. Dragons are probably the biggest, most dangerous, and most useful of the animals in the game that's named after them. They can be used to help eliminate enemies within garrisons, or they can turn on you and shoot lasers out of their eyes to try to turn you into dust. Garrisons are basically outposts from Far Cry 3, and here you can eliminate the enemies and station a base. Inside, you can access machines to purchase maps, weapons, or accept new side quests such as hostage rescues or predator paths, which are hunting specific missions for animals. These offer the ability to unlock attachments, money, and XP. Gaining XP will unlock more abilities for the main character. Lastly, in the open world, you'll find about 50 scattered collectibles that you'll want to collect for a variety of incentives. This game is hilarious. I actually found myself laughing out loud for the first time in a long time at a huge amount of one-liners and completely obvious statements. God, even the tutorial and loading screens are hilarious. The game also includes 19 achievements or trophies to attain depending on your platform of choice for added variety and some extra goals. The graphics here are completely unique and quite good, which is saying a lot because you're getting this game for $15. We have futuristic looking vehicles, enemies with fluorescent blood, and lasers shooting everywhere. Again, like the gameplay elements, they are fresh but still feel like Far Cry 3. I didn't have any problems at all with any of the graphical features like pop-in hiccups or glitches, which is always nice. The soundtrack to this game is great. It has 80s action movie kind of sound that gamers especially are familiar with. However, there were times where I found myself having awkward moments of silence during the free roam where some extra ambient noises would have really helped. Even though this game is hugely entertaining and there's a lot of fun to be had here, there are a few small downsides, depending on the way you look at it. Obviously, the game isn't nearly as long or as expansive as Far Cry 3, and you're looking at about 6 to 8 hours to get through it 100%, but I don't see that as a huge deal breaker because of the price tag. The game only takes place at night and there is no time cycle, which could have been nice and added some variety. There's also no co-op or multiplayer here either. Personally, I was surprised to see this as a standalone, downloadable title and not as a Far Cry 3 DLC pack, which is always appreciated. I'm glad that the developers were able to take a risk with the game in the marketing. I'm not sure it registered well with everyone, but it should be known that they did a great job with execution here. As long as you know you're getting into an over-the-top, futuristic shooter that doesn't take itself too seriously, you should be able to have a great time with this game. This is why I recommend you spend the $15 and let yourself play it. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. If you'd like to see any other videos, please feel free to check out my channel. I post a ton of gaming content that might interest you. Thanks for watching.